The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. You guys remember that? I think it was early last year that girl Jamie Lynn Spears from Zoe 101 came out with a memoir in the midst of all that turmoil regarding the conservatorship between her megastar sister Britney and their dumpster fire of a human being dad. And then Britney hit Jamie Lynn with the big ol' C and D. In all seriousness though, a lot of people were wondering what was on Britney's mind at the time and later on in the year when the conservatorship ended. However, to this day, I remember saying at the very end of my review of Jamie Lynn's memoir, you know what'd be great? A Britney Spears memoir. Fast forward almost 2 years and what do you know? The universe has responded. So let's talk about this memoir because I have a feeling it's gonna be a lot more juicy than her younger sisters. And I don't mean juicy like, you know, gossip worthy, although hashtag tea spill, but rather juicy like flavorful and substantial and eventful. What else happened? What does she have to say about it all? And hey, most memoirs are straight up autobiographies. So if I wrote a whole book about my life, I would put a lot of thought into the name of it. Wouldn't you? Just makes you wonder what gives with the title. Like, it's not like people don't care. This baby right here sold 1.1 million copies its first week, second all year, behind Prince Harry at 1.6. And that's not normal at all. So let's talk about it. Just so you guys know, there are affiliate links in the description, and if you buy anything through those links, like maybe this book, then I get commission, which helps me build this channel and keep making these videos. You can also find this book and many others on my Amazon storefront. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam, and I want to make self-growth normal, because people shouldn't have to look this information up. It should just be mainstream knowledge. If you agree, then please make sure to smash that like button. Now, for those unfamiliar with my channel, I do only listen to audiobooks, and I can be really nitpicky about chapters and formatting. However, with this one's audio version, instead of 5 to 15 chapters like most other ones, Britney Spears gave us almost 50, which drives me totally insane. So instead of tolerating it and going over every single one, I'm just gonna do what we call a freeform review. This is never really a red flag or anything, it just bothers me. I don't have obsessive tendencies, I swear. I don't have obsessive tendencies, I swear. So a few basics. I don't know how many people know this, but the Spears sisters and their older brother Brian grew up in Kentwood, Louisiana. Britney as a child was obsessed with music, head over heels. She was singing and dancing all the time. She loved being outside too. She didn't like reality. She didn't like the way her life was. Her father and his father were abusive pieces of garbage. As far as I could tell, no one has one good word to say about the first 50 years of his life. Even in my family, it was said that the Spears men tended to be bad news, especially in terms of how they treated women. The way she talked about how her father treated their family was honestly heartbreaking. So many things in this book were heartbreaking, come to think of it. Nothing like how Jamie Lynn described it in her memoir. It's interesting, the dad's name was Jamie and the mom's name was Lynn. With the first name Samuel, it kind of makes me wonder if I'd feel any different about my own parents if one of them was named Sam and the other was named Ewell. Britney's personality screamed stardom from a very young age. She was born to be a star, pretty much, like Madonna, Dolly Parton, or Whitney Houston. Literally, I mean, these were the examples she gave when she said she wanted to be a star. She would think all the time about what it would be like commanding a whole stadium of people just wearing white tights. From the time she was signed to when she did the Mickey Mouse Club, she had worked with Christina Aguilera, Natalie Portman, Justin Timberlake, and Ryan Gosling. As after getting into Jive Records, she was clueless and had no idea what was going on, but she just wanted to record music. These are pretty much her words. Something I loved about the whole thing was just her work ethic. Like, she said, I would never come out. If you knew me then, you wouldn't hear from me for days. I would stay in the studio as long as I could. If anyone wanted to leave, I would say, no, I wasn't perfect. After listening to chapter 9, like everyone else and their dad who checked out this book, I watched the Baby One More Time music video because I wanted to see how the whole thing turned out. I'd never seen it before. And to be honest, I never really listened to her music at all. Holy sugar cookie, that was amazing. I mean, like, she was a fireball of energy. The dancing, I think, was more impressive than the singing, but her voice, like that tainted love sound she was talking about, I mean, she really nailed it in her own way. That is obsession right there. And I mean that in a good way. After she started performing all over the place, meeting people like Madonna, Mariah Carey, and Steven Tyler is when she started getting backlash from press. This is so annoying and typical. Like, dude, just shut up. Shut up. For how she was dressing and how she wasn't a good role model for America's kids. Like, for anyone here who could understand her point of view remotely, she said exactly what anyone in her position probably would about it. I was never quite sure what all the critics thought I was supposed to be doing, like a Bob Dylan impression. I was a teenage girl from the South. I signed my name with a heart. I liked looking cute. Why did everyone treat me, even when I was a teenager, like I was dangerous? Fun fact, she actually had the chance to be on The Notebook with Ryan Gosling. She had one experience in a movie called Crossroads, and it was interesting to hear about how she handled the job, taking it so seriously that her role kind of dominated her personality, for lack of a better word. Not that I'm taking sides or anything, but this is the first time I've reviewed memoirs of two siblings. So actually, yeah, never mind, I am taking sides, and I'm on Britney's. You bet your bottom I got a Britney bias, okay? And Justin Timberlake's song, by the way, Cry Me a River, like, goodness, that thing was ridiculous. How it talked about her, such a hypocrite. Of course, I had to check out the music video. I checked out like 8 music videos while listening to this book. 500 million views, what the frick? Not one of his better hits either. And the ending, like, check out the comments. The truth comes out eventually, doesn't it, folks? She never came out with a song either about her side of things, did she? I guess she had to include it in a book instead. Britney fans, please educate us in the comments if there's anything that I missed here. Meanwhile, the press kept suggesting famous men who I should date. Royalty, CEOs, models. How can I explain that I just want to be held for an hour by a man in a swimming pool? What kind of pisses me off about this book is that it just doesn't seem like, in a younger age, she had much of a really close relationship with some kind of lawyer or PR person who could help her handle or at least respond to things like this. Like, her relationship with the press was really giving, I don't know what I'm doing and I don't understand the big deal, to the point where I can really figure something out. I don't mean to sound like I'm judging her. I mean, this was how many years ago, like, and given all the other stuff that she's been through since then, what I just said almost sounds like nothing whatsoever. The reason she shaved her head long ago, however, had to do with her kids. Not many people know that either. And I found that really interesting. She wasn't on crazy hard drugs or anything like that. Aside from drinking every now and then, her real drug of choice was always music, motherhood, or some cocktail of the two, aka nothing. It's so pathetic though that people do this to celebrities. Like, she said that sleeping with her 2 sons was the closest she ever felt to God. What's wrong with that? A friend told her, if someone took my children from me, I would have done a lot more than get a haircut. I would have burned the city to the ground. I'd been the good girl for years. I'd smile politely while TV show hosts leered at my breasts, while American parents said I was destroying their children by wearing a crop top, while executives patted my hand condescendingly and second-guessed my career choices, even though I'd sold millions of records while my family acted like I was evil, and I was tired of it. The way she was treated by so many people throughout the years is breathtaking in the worst possible way. People treated her like a completely dysfunctional predator or something. She was a 5'4" female pop star who called people sir and ma'am. Why did this book take so damn long to come out? I'm sure there were legal reasons. By the way, if it sounds like I'm talking really fast, maybe even faster than I normally do, which is pretty fast, it's really because I'm kind of paranoid that my camera's gonna die and I'm gonna have to film the rest of this tomorrow, and I want to put it out as soon as possible. The further details of the Sunday school Bible church camp, her words, that was the conservatorship, are honestly just super heartbreaking. 9 o'clock bedtime, 8 o'clock wake up, weekly blood donations. The hell? Mandatory therapy. Couldn't go outside or drive. Couldn't shut the door to her room. I think people had to watch her go to the bathroom. 12 doctors coming in and out of her house a week. What the hell is the point? $2,000 a week allowance. You know how much money she made, her dad and his stupid partners or whatever? Millions of dollars, and she got $2,000 a week. She wasn't allowed to drink alcohol or coffee. Why? What? Allowed to spend very little time with her kids. She couldn't make the music she wanted. She had no control over her shows. It literally restricted what she was allowed to do with and for her fans. These things may not sound like a big deal, but they went against all of her absolute best interests. From privacy, personal privacy, basic human right, to her kids, to people who she was a role model for, and her sense of self, and more. Self-esteem, everything. Sense of reality. honestly, at some points, the details were excruciating just to listen to the further I got into the book. The way her parents treated her, like when they die, especially her dad, it'll be a good day for planet Earth. For those wondering, the woman in me presumably came from when she said the woman in her was pushed down for a long time. What the hell is the point of a conservatorship? I had no idea what it even was before hearing about this with her, but it kind of seemed designed to treat someone like a slave. Her dad, in an interview, I think in 2022, said that it saved her. But what the hell? How? By the way, the song Hold Me Closer with Elton John, that was beautiful. What she was saying about it and how she would listen to the song, the original song on her way to gymnastics practice as a kid. I mean, it's heartfelt. It's a tearjerker. When you listen to it, it's really amazing. You can hear her pride about the idea of getting out of the conservatorship and everything. You can hear that in it. Britney Spears has my vote. She was given the worst hand. The worst, and deserves more than every second of her time that she gets with her sons, and I hope they're proud of how hard their mother fought for them. She deserves way more than every penny she has. Holy cow. Karma is real and her parents deserve it. So does Jamie Lynn, while we're at it, for not taking Britney's side. And also the outrageous lack of self-awareness she had. Yet Britney somehow took the high road with her at the end of this book. It was so sad and infuriating, yet somehow there was a positive ending. In the beginning of the audio version, she actually said that her story was so emotional that she had to have someone else narrate the whole thing, and it makes sense why. It's a wonder that she even made it out of the whole thing alive. Holy hell. Hashtag free Britney. Quotes. I could look at a crowd who'd never seen me before and think, you don't know who I am yet. I'm not offended by all the dumb blonde jokes because I know I'm not dumb and I also know that I'm not blonde. That was actually a Dolly Parton quote. Yes, we waited in line to get married. You do really have to believe in yourself, even if the world makes you wonder if you have what it takes. People don't know why I have such an anger towards my parents, but if they were in my shoes, they'd understand. Direction 1. If you hear the name Britney Spears and you feel any type of way, really, at all, you may want to check this book out. Direction 2. I would honestly recommend Jamie Lynn's memoir after checking this book out, but it's not worth it. Things I should have said did not hold a candle to this thing in the slightest. I mean, The Woman in Me, it was just outstanding. Maybe Spare by Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, I'd recommend checking out next. That was a fantastic memoir. Very beautifully written, beautifully. I don't know if Britney Spears had this thing ghost written, but whoever the hell wrote this, A+. The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. There's a link in the description if you guys want to check it out and read the reviews. That and all the other books I mentioned in this video if you want to check those out too. I'm so close to finishing this. I hope my camera doesn't die. If there are any other books that you guys want me to check out and review, please let me know in the comments below. Also let me know if you checked out this book and you liked it, but hey, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, because I don't get why people watch this far into my videos and they don't subscribe. But if you have subscribed and you want to turn it up just a notch and turn on that notification bell to get a notification whenever I drop new videos, that would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You can find me everywhere and I will see you then.